What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews back at it again with another hometown take. And that's probably the last smile you're gonna see for this video, guys. It's just gonna be straight up with you. Well, the Hawks season is over, and it ends. Can't even say bittersweet. It just ended bitter. Just a bitter way to a Hawks season that, you know, a lot of us thought was going to be a good year, a great year even. I always said from the beginning, I expected us to make it at least to the second round. I thought, you know, maybe we'll make it to the Eastern Conference Finals again. We might take a little step back. I did not think we were gonna get gentlemen swept out of the first round at all. So, it's tough, y'all. I'm gonna get all into it. I got a lot of things to say, and a rant is coming real soon. But so make sure y'all like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and check out the link below to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. And can't even say help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to win because the season's over. But it's help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to a great offseason. So there you go, because a lot needs to happen in the offseason. We'll go over briefly. I'll do another full video on that very soon. But Hawks lose 97-94 to the Miami Heat, and their season is lost as well as they lose the series to the Heat 4-1. Hey Heat fans, how y'all doing? I already know y'all in this video in the comments. Hello, great job. Y'all were the better team. Y'all were hound dogs defensively. Y'all did what y'all had to do against Trey, played a great defensive game. Great defensive games against Trey. Eric Spoelstra, great coach, came up with a great defensive game plan on how to defend Trae Young. And I'm gonna get into this a little later, but honestly, he might have gave the NBA the blueprint on how to come at Trae Young and how to neutralize Trae Young. I'm gonna dive deeper into that here in just a second, but hello Heat fans, GG's, how you doing? Good job, good luck the rest of the way, all that good stuff. Y'all a great team, y'all play great defense, blah, 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 blah. Give me your flowers, there you go. All right, let me talk to my Atlanta Hawks fans. Guys and gals, how do we not even get a shot off to attempt to keep our season alive? Last possession, season on the line, and the Hawks don't even get a shot off. And Steve Open said it best. I was working the game at 92.9 tonight, and he was like, that's kind of just how this series is gone. The way the series ended and the way the season ended is an encapsulation on how the series went. Heat stifling defense, not allowing the Hawks to get a good shot or any shot off for that matter all series long. And that's how it ended. So it's fitting, I guess, at least for Heat fans, on how the series ended. So we lose 97-94, don't even get a shot off to end the game. And Trae Young, he met his match this series. The Heat, like I said, they gotta give all credit to them. They did a great job defending him. He was uncomfortable all series long, uncomfortable today, uncomfortable last game before that, all series long. Trae Young could not find a rhythm. And that's just what it was. And like many leagues, the NBA is a copycat league, and I will not be surprised if teams get the film on this series and come at Trae Young like this. And Trae Young, you're the superstar. You want everything that comes with being a superstar, the fame, the fortune, the commercials, you know, the love, the praise, all that good stuff. You gonna have to take this heat too, because you needed to figure it out this series and you didn't. So now, you got to figure it out during the offseason. Because while every team in the NBA is obviously not the Heat, every team is not going to have the personnel to guard you the way the Heat guarded you. But the Celtics, you know, these higher class teams, the Celtics, who else? The Bucks. You know, these higher up teams in the East, the West, wherever, these elite teams, these good teams, they gonna guard you like this. They gonna come at you rough and tough. They gonna come at you with double teams. They gonna come at you switching They're from one of their best defenders to their other best defender to the other best defender. So Trey, you're gonna have to figure this out. And I don't care if it's figuring out to the point where you can score against that, find a way to score against that. And I don't care if it's you figuring out, okay, this is how I need to attack this defense. I need to get the ball out of my hands quicker. I need to learn how to play more off ball, which you probably need to do anyway. I don't care how you figure it out. I don't care how you figure out getting played like that, but you need to figure out how you're gonna be effective against a team that's playing defense against you like that. You gotta figure that out, period. You're a superstar, you're the superstar, you got the max contract, you gotta figure that out, Trey, period, point blank, period. So, Trey, you're gonna have to figure that out. And as far as everybody else goes, oh man. Well, first, let's touch on the one bright spot of the night, which was DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter played great. He tried to keep us in it. It's crazy because I just thought about this on the ride home. Like, y'all remember in Game 6 against the Milwaukee Bucks, Cam Reddish single-handedly tried to keep us in it? And we're like, dang, Cam Reddish, you know, this was a flash. Like, he could be all that in the bag of chips. Like, he could be that second star next to Trey. He didn't even make it, you know, to the All-Star break on the team. I'm not saying that's going to happen with DeAndre Hunter. And I think DeAndre Hunter right now is definitely better than Cam Reddish. But it was a nice flash, and hopefully we can get some more of that. And it's not the same situation that happened with Cam Reddish. But DeAndre Hunter was great tonight. If we go to the box score and check out the box score numbers, DeAndre Hunter, 35 points, 11 rebounds. He had an offensive rebound as well. 3 steals, but he did foul out of the game. He did finish with +3. He was the only starter to finish in the plus. So there you go. To finish out the rest of the box score, John Collins, 7 points. He was a -21. John Collins was playing through an injury though. So only 7 points for John Collins. Only 2 for Clint Capella. He couldn't come back in the second half because I think he re-aggravated that right knee. Trae Young only finished with 11 points, he missed 2 free throws too. Only 2 of 12 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. He took some ill-advised threes down the stretch. And he got to stop doing that too. Your shot selection, Trae, still going to have to get better. It got better from last year to this year. It's going to have to make another step because your shot selection is still off sometimes. There's still times where he's forcing it. And I get sometimes he's trying to keep the defense honest with the long 3. And, you know, that's why teams got to guard you the way they guard you. But your shot selection has to be better because another person we'll get into, Kevin Huerter, who finished tonight with 12 points. He had 7 of those like halfway through the first quarter. Where did Kevin go? Kevin, where'd you go, buddy? What happened? You started off hot. I was hoping we have another one of them Kayvon games where you save us. But that didn't happen. And, you know, Kevin was feeling it early on in the game. I'm bringing us back to early on in the game. Kevin was feeling it, and we were, you know, starting off hot. It was 7-2. Trae Young comes down, jacks up a kind of an ill-advised 3, and then he go on that 14-2 run or whatever it was. And we, just like that, we're down 14-9. So all that to say, Trae Young needs to work on his shot selection. It's a little bit, because sometimes he forces a little too much, and sometimes I understand it, but sometimes it's just like we didn't need that right there in that situation. Like the technical foul he got, we didn't need that there in that situation. If y'all remember that technical foul when I think they had already gotten and won. Danilo Gallinari, he was hit and miss throughout the game. He did finish +11 though, 12 points, 5-11 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. Onyeka Okongwu was solid, 8 points, +12 on the night, 2 of 5 from the field. He had 4 out of 5 threes. DeLon Wright, 7 points, +9, 2 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. One player that I definitely do want to keep, and we're going to get into this too in a second here. One player that I definitely want to see come back on this team is DeLon Wright. Playoff DeLon was different. DeLon Wright showed he got a little bit of that dog in him, like DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter got some dog in too, as well as Onyeka Okongwu. So I'm going to get into, you know, a little bit what needs to happen in the offseason a little bit later in the video. But I do hope we keep DeLon Wright because DeLon Wright worked his butt off this series. And he was one of the best players in this series. One of the most consistent as well. So that's the box score for the Hawks. For the Heat, PJ Tucker only finished with 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 20 points for Bam Adebayo. He and Victor Oladipo really led the way tonight. How about Victor Oladipo? We thought we was going to be all right. Jimmy was out. Kyle Lowry was out. And And I was like, okay, Bam can score. But then Victor Oladipo come in and drop 23 points, hitting threes in big moments. Come on, Victor. Golly. Of all the times you choose to come back and be productive, you want to choose now to end our season, Victor? Really? Really, Victor? Gosh dang it. I can't even be too mad, though, because I like Victor as a person. He seemed like he all right, and he's dealt with some injury issues, but I just hate that you picked tonight of all nights to come back and be effective in a big moment. Anywho, Victor Oladipo, 23 points. He was a +7, 8 of 16 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 50% shooting tonight all around for Victor Oladipo. He was really good tonight. Probably the game changer for the Heat. 9 points for Gabe Vincent. He was a +9, 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 15 points for Max Strus with some big threes tonight as well. 15 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. 10 points for Caleb Martin, 5 of 12 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. 16 points for Tyler Hero, 6 of 12 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. And guys, if we, to put a bow on this game, it was the end of that second half. I mean, not the second half, it was the end of that second quarter. For the second straight game in a row, we freaking collapse, melt, give in under pressure to end the half. Game 4, we had a lead, and we ended the half terribly, and then he came back and got themselves a lead. And here in Game 5, we have a lead, and we end the half terribly, and the Heat end up with a big lead, going to the half up by 11. And it was almost 14 if Danilo Gallinari didn't hit that 3 to end the third quarter. And if you look at the scores by quarter, we won the first quarter, 22-21. Lost the second quarter, 33-20. Won the third quarter, 22-21. And won the fourth quarter, 30-22. We don't even, if we don't freaking melt down in the second quarter, we win this game because we still only lost by 3. That's because we won every quarter besides the second, and we just wet the bed in our pants and everything else in the second quarter. Goodness gracious. We got to fit that. That's part of coaching. And as far as Nate McMillan coming back, I'm not going to completely call for his head yet, but Nate McMillan did get exposed a little bit. He was clearly outcoached. I don't think there's any debate in that. Whether he should be fired or not, I don't know. I'm not even going to call that. He did get outcoached, though, and it wasn't a good look. I think what really hurt Nate was he looked like the savior last year when he came in for Lloyd Pierce. And, the team responded to him so well down the stretch. And then we went on that run. So everybody thought, Nate was this, great coach. But that really ain't the case. We kind of caught lightning in a bottle. Some fortunate things happened for us, and everybody was playing well. He kind of came down to earth this season, and we saw, why he, great coach. He wouldn't have probably been able to, he probably wouldn't have been assisted, and we probably wouldn't have been able to hire him as an assistant if he was such a great coach. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. As far as Nate coming back, it's up in there. I can see it both ways. I can see the Hawks bringing him back, and I can definitely see the Hawks not bringing him back. But we'll see. They might use the injuries as a scapegoat. I don't know. We didn't have Bogey tonight. That obviously didn't help because that second unit scoring. Actually, honestly, the second unit wasn't even that bad without Bogey. There were times we definitely could have used his scoring, but maybe even at the end to get us a shot off. But second half, all the bench players was in the plus, and all the starters besides DeAndre Hunter were in the minus. So there you go. Is there anything else I want to say about this game? No. Besides, again, the game Heat fans, good luck in the playoffs. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Let's talk about what needs to happen in the off season. First and foremost, I don't care, Travis Schlenk, how you do it. I still trust in you. I understand why you made the moves and did the things you did this season. I understand why you decided to run it back. Anybody would have decided to run it back after what happened in last year's playoff run. So I get it. I'm not like other people calling for Travis Schlenk's head, but I want Travis Schlenk to understand and realize that, okay, we see what happened last year was kind of lightning in a bottle. We got a little lucky, and we got hot. And we made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. that was it's giving fluky. I'm not gonna call it a complete fluke, but it was giving fluky. That Heat matchup just was a bad matchup for us as well. But in this offseason, Travis Schlenk, like I said, I trust in you, I believe in you, I still trust in Schlenk. One, we need a bona fide star, all-star, superstar, something star next to Trae Young. He can't be the only dude. And John Collins cannot be the second best player on this team if you want to win a championship. And everybody's goal is to win a championship. So if the Atlanta Hawks want to raise a championship banner, we need a second superstar. Whether it's Bradley Beal, whoever, I don't care. Make it happen, Travis. Get us a second star next to Trae. Because, yes, the Miami Heat were able to lock down Trae Young. And part of that is because they did not care and they did not really respect anybody else on the Hawks to grill them scoring-wise. So they could hone in and focus in on just stopping Trae Young. They weren't worried about anybody else really beating them. They said, go ahead. The rest of y'all can try to beat us, but to be honest, we ain't really scared of y'all like that. We ain't afraid of y'all like that. Give it your best shot. We need that second star who they're like, oh, okay, we got to take away Trae, but we got to take away that other guy too. We need that. Because guess what? We have that second dude. Maybe we get a shot off tonight. Maybe we win that game at home. Maybe we're not talking about the Hawks season being over right now if we have that second dude that you have to respect and have to know he can drop 30 in his sleep. We need that dude. We need that second star next to Trae Young. So teams can't just hone in and focus in on stopping Trae Young. We got to make teams pay when they're trying to stop just Trae Young. We need that second star. So that's number one. And Hawks fans everywhere have been saying this, not just me. I'm not breaking any news here. Number two, we got to get some defensive dogs on this team. So as far as who is safe and who is not safe this offseason, this is how I feel personally. Trae Young is safe, obviously. He ain't going nowhere. I'm willing to trade John Collins. Now, would I love John Collins to be on this team and be, the third best option? Sure. Because John Collins is the third best player on your team is way better than John Collins being the second best player on this team. I'm completely okay with that. But it's not going to work with John Collins being the second best player on this team. So if we got to trade John Collins, so be it. I'm okay with it. It's going to be hard to trade him. I don't know anybody that might want to take on that contract. We'll see. But I'm okay with getting rid of John Collins. I'm definitely okay with getting rid of Kevin Huerter. I'm good on Kevin Huerter. I was liking Red Velvet. He's cool. He's a good role player. But we got to find somebody else better than him in the starting lineup, to be honest with y'all. He need to be coming off the bench. Bogey did a great job coming off the bench. And Bogey was starting. I like Bogey more as a starter. But Kevin need to be coming off the bench if he's going to be on this team. We need a better starter. Kevin Huerter needs to be a bench dude, period. I'm okay with trading Kevin Huerter. I'm okay with getting rid of Kevin Huerter. Let me just make it easier. The guys I'm wanting to keep, and I think that should be safe and probably are safe, Trae Young, Onyeka Okongwu, DeAndre Hunter, and as a role player, probably DeLon Wright. DeLon, I wouldn't be sad to see DeLon Wright leave if it means we're getting a better player. But, I'll be okay with keeping DeLon Wright because he did a great job defending in this Heat series. He made big plays. He was on the offensive glass, and he showed he got that dog in him. And we need some dogs, period. And he'd be a nice dog to have on the perimeter. So, I'm okay. I think we probably will keep definitely Trae, Onyeka Okongwu, DeAndre Hunter, DeLon Wright. Everybody else can go. I'm cool with everybody else leaving. I want to keep Bogey. I want to. But if we have to lose Bogey to get a better player, then that just has to be what it is. We got to give something to get something. Bogey can go. Kevin Huerter can go. Danilo can go. John Collins can go. Everybody else besides Trae Young, Onyeka Okongwu. I'm even okay with Clint Capella going. I don't think he'll be moved. But, if it's to get a better player, so be it. But I want to keep Clint Capella I want to keep Bogey, but I don't know if we'll be able to keep those two if we're really trying to get a better player. It depends. We'll probably be able to keep one of the two. But Trey, Onyeka, maybe Clint, maybe Bogey, and DeAndre Hunter, the long right. The three I definitely want to keep is Trey, Onyeka, and DeAndre Hunter. And I'm even okay, like I said, depending on what kind of player we get, I'm okay with Onyeka going too. Mostly I just want to keep Trey and DeAndre, and that's it. Everybody else, I'm like, if we get a better player, so be it. But we need to get some defensive dogs on this team. Because yes, Trey does need to figure out, when the defense is playing him like the Miami Heat defense was playing him, he needs to figure out how to be more effective. Because tonight, like when Trey was on the floor, honestly, it didn't do anything for us just because of the way the Heat was locking him down. That can't happen. We can't be saying that Trey being on the floor isn't helping us, because that's what you honestly could say tonight. We need some defensive dogs on this team to help out Trey, like a Zaza Pachulia or even a Dwayne Dedmon who used to play for the Hawks, Ivan Johnson. We need some enforcers, some dudes, if they run up on Trey, even Solomon Hill last year. If y'all run up on Trey, guess what? We running up on you. You want to pull up on Trey? Well, we pulling up on you, period. You want to throw a bow at Trey? We throwing 2 bows at you. How about that? We need some rough riders. We need some dogs. We need some players who ain't afraid to get dirty, scrappy in this thing, period. That's what we need. We also need some defensive dogs too. Some guys who gonna lock down, who care about defense, want to play defense, who care about locking down the opposition, not letting them score. Some Marcus Smarts, some guys like that. Mikal Bridges, some more DeAndre Hunters. We need that. We need some defensive dogs on this team as well. So we need a second star and some defenders, some 3-and-D guys, some real 3-and-D guys. And they can be more defense than 3, honestly, because we'll figure out the offense. But we need some more defenders, because too many times this defense has been lackluster. This defense hasn't been good enough too many times. It did get better during the playoffs, and Miami isn't a great offensive team, even a great 3-point shooting team. And one thing to Miami fans, y'all was talking all that junk about us, y'all being the number 1 3-point shooting team. We were the number 2 team, so I ain't trying to hear none of that. So don't bring that up in the comments, dude. We was number 2, so I don't care about none of that. Anywho, we need some rough riders, we need some defenders, and we need a second star. That's my wish list, and that's what needs to happen during the offseason, Travis. Second star to go next to Trey, some defenders, some rough riders, some enforcers, all of that. We need all of that during the offseason, okay? Like I said, at the end of the day, when it boils down to it, I just really want to keep Trey and DeAndre. Everybody else, if it's to get a better player, so be it. Got to do what we got to do. But all right, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. What do you think the Hawks need to do this offseason? Should Nate go? Should Nate stay? Who do you want to see on this Hawks team? Is there anybody you want to bring in free agency? Anybody you want to trade for? Let me know in the comments down below. I will be doing a full type of offseason video, offseason with wish list type videos. So just let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for rocking with me all season long. The draft coverage is coming on Thursday. We'll be doing some more Hawks videos as well, some offseason videos and the offseason news that happens. I'll be on top of it, reacting to it. But thanks for rocking with me all season long. Like, again, I'm not signing off for good. I'm still doing videos, so make sure y'all tap into those. But this is the last post-game reaction, at least for this season. So there it is. Again, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and check out the link down below to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks through a great offseason. But that's it, y'all. The season's over. We'll see what happens this offseason and next season. But until I talk to y'all next time, Thursday for the draft, really, stay true to Atlanta, believe in Atlanta, go Hawks. Peace.